You want your plastic to be larger than your book. And I like a good 2 inches on each side. So now you're going to put your book up and just evenly space it as best you can. Then I like to have it between my knee and the table to rest. And then I'll put the bulldog clip on one side and I'll flip it over and do the other side. The next job is to actually cut and fold over where the spine is. So we're just going to go to the edge of the book, flip it over. Now, you can tuck that in now, or you can do them both together when you do the other side. Whichever. Sometimes I do it this way, sometimes I do it both at the same time. Now I've flipped it over and now we just cut down to the, and it's usually, it's not quite an inch usually. Depends how wide. If your book is a really thick book, you come over a bit further because you don't want it to impede opening the book. And then if I found, if it was too long, you can also just trim it a little bit, but that's not necessary. And I'll trim it like a V, and that kind of just helps it to sit in place. So now I'm going to flip it this way so you can actually see when I'm tucking it in. So it just gets tucked in and folded. Now I just like to readjust those just so that they're not too tight, but they're fitting a snug fit. But you don't want to roll the spine because that breaks the spine. Right, now, next job is to miter the corners. So I'll just lift that up so you can see. One, and you do the one underneath as well. Let's see if I can do it so that you can see. Now, being left-handed, I like to have everything on the right, so you probably would have it in reverse. And then I kind of, I don't know how to do it with, there, that kind of gives you a better angle. So that's just for quilting purposes. So then, you're going to do, you're going to open it to, so it's a 90-degree angle, and you're tucking in both sides, one there and one there. So this folded over flap just slides in, and that, believe it or not, eventually will actually kind of stick to the book with, not stick, but it actually kind of suctions on. And then you're just going to add tape just on the plastic. We don't actually put any tape on the inside of the book when you're covering. Like we can reinforce it, but and so you have just there and there, or you can have it there. So it doesn't really matter whereabouts it is, as long as it's not on the paper part of the book. And you know how I said earlier about sometimes that kind of is a little bit loose? Mm. So when that happens, I just like to lift that up and then just pull it just a bit tighter and then push it back. And see how it's lost that gape? That gape's not there anymore. So then flip it over and do the same thing. So tuck in that corner. And sometimes just kind of using just a little bit of pressure just to push it together. And just move the clip over a little bit. Okay, there. done. And so now you can take your clips off. And so what I usually then do with some other tape, I'd reinforce the spine along both sides. And I do that with most of our books. Right, so you can stop now.